Come on in. Yes, it's another terrific HiramGlyphic, and I'm in the building. Want to thank Akron for making it happen. We also want to, before I even go any further, we want to put out a little knowledge that you can't get in college, right? We want to thank everybody that's been protesting the correct way. We want to thank everybody that's been coming to Akron who felt that it was a necessity to get to Akron and help rebel and yell and holler for our cause that we're fighting for here. But like I tell you before, this is the HiramGlyphics Podcast, and we take the time out to give you, the viewer, everybody, a little understanding for your planning, okay? We take words, we break them down so you can understand what's really happening, and we take current events, black consciousness, anything that you think, we put it in your face, okay? So right now, we're gonna go out to the community, and when we come black, we're gonna talk about gun and gun laws and gun violence and how it should be affected here and how it is affected here and what we should do about it. It's the HiramGlyphics.
Well, you guys, it's always wonderful when you can run into one of Akron's activists. Tell everybody what you're down here doing today, because I see this wonderful piece of paper you tried to get me to sign. But before I sign something, I want to know, what am I signing?
All right, so hi everybody, my name is Takita. I'm with the Freedom Block, owner of the Goddess Lifestyle. On June 13th, Ohio implemented a new gun law which gave Ohioans the right to stand their ground. I believe that everyone should have the right to stand their ground, even felons. If you went and served your time and paid your debt to society, because it is called the Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections, you should have the same right to be able to stand your ground as the rest of the Ohioans. So I have this petition and I'm going around getting signed so I can get this into a bill so we'll be able to have protection too. And to be able to stand our ground and protect our home, our property, and our beauties.
Okay, so if someone's not down here today, how can they catch up with you so they can make sure they can sign this petition to stand their ground?
All right, you can meet me at 848 West Exchange at the Freedom Block. Come on down there. We're there 6 days a week. I'm usually there at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's it. If I'm not there, other people will be there. So come check us out.
And like my man said, one of the greatest theologians, history teachers, Dr. Kaba, he said, he believed in gun control, and he flipped it around. He says, gun control is simply controlling your guns, okay? So that's what I'm saying it's about. Now, but more importantly, I come from a place where I was told, amongst other people in my era, guns are bad. Guns are bad, especially in a single-parent household. You hear young women telling, especially back in those days, where I come from, that if you teach a boy about guns, he's going to be more apt to use guns, right? So our own parents back in the day would vilify guns. You couldn't even play cops and robbers to some degree, or play with the toy guns. There wasn't no toy guns around going towards the 80s. Now I'm from a different era to where it was acceptable. But later on, what I mean by acceptable, I mean you saw toy guns laying around and stuff like that around the African American household. But going towards the 80s and stuff like that, you got to seeing the decline of it. But I'm from the position of, well, I was told guns is bad, guns is terrible, this, that, and the third, and usually when parents are around, father around, the mom usually say stuff like this to the child, to the boy, to the son, to the young boy that's growing up, to the young boy that's trying to do boy things, right? But so you grow up with that thought, you grow up with that fear and that concern. Now, as you growing up, you start to hear things like, you are the man of the house. You're supposed to be protecting the house and this, that, and the third, and whatever, and what have you. Now, if you're in the house most of the time and you're listening to your mother, you've been raised by your mother most of the time, you tend to think, okay, yeah, I'm going to be the man of the house. I defend this thing. But you're trained that guns are bad. So your initial instinct, or your only instinct, was to protect this house, or is to protect this house with fists, bats, and stuff like that. Because guns are bad. So you grow up with the mindset that I am the man of the house. I'm going to protect this house with this here bat, this here mace spray or whatever. But as you know now, as a grown man, that is not how you take care of your family and be the man of the house. Because you know the would-be thug is coming in with a gun. Okay, that's what you do know. The people that's quote-unquote ain't scared of the guns no longer. The people that's quote-unquote was introduced to the gun because they had some men in their life or some cats out in the street showed them, so they broke the mental chain that their mom unfortunately gave them. So you grow older and you realize, hey, guns ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta control our guns. Hence the term gun control. But here's this, let's even take it a little deeper, man. Let's take it to our exact counterparts. Not our exact counterpart, but our opposite counterparts. The common person. How about the European that stay on the other side of the track? The white kids that stay on the other side of the tracks. Let me show you how they're taught about guns, okay? What you're seeing right now is I'm at a store. What you're seeing right now, I'm at a store. It's in a straight up all European neighborhood. I don't like to use the word term, so I don't like to use the term white, so I use the term European, okay? So you're in a Eurocentric community. This is just the average store. Look how many gun magazines you see. Look at this. Let's look at this now. Look how many gun magazines you see. Now think about this. This is an average grocery store, okay? But look at the press that's being promoted to this particular demographic. You don't see no thug, no robbers, no would-be thug, or nothing like that. You see wholesome people depicted on these magazines in a sense of protection or I'm hunting. Now the women that you see are protecting. The guys you see are hunting. The women want to protect themselves and stuff like that. But this is what you're seeing. Nobody's telling their kids in this particular demographic that guns are bad. And look, now check this out. I'm gonna juxtapose that to what you see in our community. Okay, when you think about guns, you think about menace to society, boys in the hood, the thugs out here in the community. You think about these crazy ass rappers. You think about all the things that's propagated, and at the same time, you think about your mother back in the day telling you guns are bad. Okay, so you see the psychosis, if you will, the mentality is a way better word. You see the mentality of the young black man, per se, juxtaposed against the young European man. Let me give you a story real quick. I remember going to the gun store, and I was completely the only Nubian, the only African American, the only African at this store, okay? Everybody else was European. I'm talking from age 8 to 80. I'm 6-year-olds with their granddaddies, 8-year-olds with their fathers, with their mothers, with their, and it's all just a gun thing. And it's a gun culture. Their gun culture is different than our gun culture. That's why, man, I'm gonna even go on and beyond and say, that's why when you see these young, crazy Europeans running up in our community, shooting up every damn thing and stuff like that, these people got gun knowledge and knowledge of guns. And they have multiple guns. Why? It's acceptable in that particular demographic. They teach them by way of the media, the press, that it's okay, it's a part of their culture, and it's not vilified. We teach ourselves in a certain way that, hey, this is a vilification. But more importantly, when you see the press, the media depicting us with it, there's no wholesome anything. It is everything that's negative about us is being shown and promoted, you understand, to us. And ultimately, to the people that's watching. Don't think for once it's just us watching Menace to Society, Boys to Men, drill rap, gangster rap, and all this here stuff. That's not us, just us. They are watching it too. So if little Chet grew up watching Boys to Men in his suburban house, okay? Grew up watching Menace to Society, listening to the gangster rap, ultimately listening to drill rap or whatever the hell, okay? And he sees the imagery of what you look like with a gun too, black man. He sees that with these movies, right? Okay, now he also sees his granddaddy, his uncle, his brothers, whoever, he sees them with it, right? But so let's say Chet grow up and becomes a damn policeman, and he unfortunately have to patrol your community. So when he see you and you looking like Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, the gangster rappers and all that, he's already culturally at a disadvantage, because his way of seeing it, when he see that scene, he see the movie scene. So he's culturally at a disadvantage. He don't know how to adapt to what he's seeing. He even in your clothes. So he assuming that you got the heat on you. Ain't what you rap about? You got the heat on you. So he assuming you got the heat on you. So this is what I'm talking about. So usually, if he assuming you got the heat on you, he's going to move a lot quicker. He's going to be a lot more nervous. He's going to be kind of crazy. You know what I'm trying to say? Because that's his reality when it comes to you. That's what society promotes, that you look like across not just the nation, but across the world. Black man, you look crazy. Taking these roles is helping you. Rapping the way you rap is helping you look what? Crazy, intimidating, and nuts. Okay? Now, I'm not saying, in closing, you should not use guns to protect yourself. On the contrary, that's what we should be using it, like the Black Panthers. Okay? Everybody should have some type of protection for their family. You're not going to run to the door at 4 o'clock in the morning if somebody knock on it with a baseball bat. You're not going to do that if you hear somebody down in the kitchen while you sleeping and your wife and your children, your mother upstairs sleep, and you coming down there with a damn baseball bat. That's not what you're going to do, because your Eurocentric counterpart or your Eurocentric opposite is not coming down with no damn bat, okay? So you already know what it is, man. Think about the images I'm showing you. Think about what I'm talking about, and you know how I say this, man. Y'all better feel me before they kill me, y'all. Peace. Listen, I want you guys to know, don't just let us have all the fun. If you're trying to promote your style and you're trying to put your face in the place, your organization, brand can be at hand. Your anything that you're trying to do, your mitzvah, did I say that? Your family reunion, anything that you want the city to see, come with the people that is responsible for painting positive images of our people every day. That's what we do, y'all. Here at AccurateHipHop.com, the Mecca Media Entertainment Group, we paint positive pictures of our people every day. For AccurateHipHop.com, it's the HiramGlyphics.